lovers across the land. For the love of cause, Uganda we roll. From dusty road to dreams of control. Still break it down, helping every lover in the town. For the love, for the love, for the love of cause, Uganda. Welcome to the road, where are the mystery souls? For the love of cause, Uganda. The streets, the stories right, all and new, they shine bright. To your funnies and men so much that will take it down, no propaganda. Every papa's gotta tell, feel it right, just see the scale. We talk the truth, not just the brand. For car lovers across the land. For the love of cause, Uganda we roll. From dusty road to dreams of control. Steam break it down, helping every lover in the town. For the love, for the love, for the love of cause, Uganda. Pre-purchase checks, we lead the way. Track your car, no games to play. Restore the past, drive into tomorrow. We bring the love, no just the horsepower. Is it no warranty expired? We'll show you what's real, not just the hype. Spelling views and legion moves. We teach you more than just photos. And tools from the basics up. Trucking, beat and car, get stuff. If you knew warranties on that, all love of cars, you ain't seen nothing yet. It's in learning, Bobby Pro. This is more than just machines. It's a love, the life, the dream. For the love of cause, Uganda we roll. Dusty road to dreams of control. Still break it down, helping every lover in the town. For the love, for the love, for the love of cause, Uganda. Good morning, my people. How you doing today? Random Cat Talk Thursday. No. Masuze mtamweba dekera muyombia Mark Motion by Benji. Paul Sema VIP. Bara Muriebuzi. Bara Mugamoja. Isaac Luyirika. Nuaha Norman. Katamba Isaac Katene. Good morning, my people. How are you today? From dusty road to music control. Still break it down, helping every lover in the town. For the love, for the love, for the love of cause, Uganda. Welcome to the road, and where are the mystery souls? For the love of cause, Uganda. The streets, the stories right, all the new, they shine bright. To your funnies and men so much that will take it down, no propaganda. Every was gotta and now we roll. From dusty road to dreams of control. Still break it down, helping every lover in the town. For the love, for the love, for the love of cause, Uganda. Pre-purchase checks, we lead the way. Track your car, no games to play. Restore the past, drive into tomorrow. We'll bring the love, no just the horsepower. Is it no warranty expired? We'll show you what's real, not just that. Spelling views and legion moves. We teach you more than just photos. Taking tools from the basics up. Trucking, beat and car, get stuff. If you knew warranties on that, all love of cars, you ain't seen nothing yet. It's in learning, Bobby Pro. This is more than just machines. It's a love, the life, the dream. For the love of cause, Uganda we roll. From dusty road to music control. She break it down, helping every lover in the town. For the love, for the love, for the love of God. Good morning, my people. Once again, I'd like to remind you as you drive on the road, as you drive on the road, especially when you're on a busy road like this one, give yourself a distance at least of one vehicle between you and the car in front of you. Why? That distance is to help you mitigate any mistakes or mishaps that might come from someone pushing you from behind, your car losing braking power. That distance is for help you. Katolaba distance again. Whenever you're on a busy road and see traffic jam, give yourself this distance. It's very good. Mbadde manyoli wa ambulance oyitawo. Naye ambulance nga avuga mpola. Mbanga avuga ambulance wano senga ndi mu kibuga. Senga ndi mu kibuga wega. Come best VIP Doctor, good morning. Sechitoreko Norman, how are you? Lawrence Omuri, hi. Such events, the direct shot. I hope you guys slept well. Yesterday we bought the Axio. Yesterday we bought a Toyota Axio. Now, for the people that don't know, the Axio is the saloon version of the Fielder. Okay, even there are Corollas, but this one is like the exact replica of a Fielder, but in saloon version. It has the same engine, same gearbox. The interior is literally the same. They literally share the dashboard. The dashboard ya Fielder ojijja muli n'ogiteeka mu Axio and you move. So that's the car we bought. Now, yesterday's inspection was a continuation. You remember how I told you about the gentleman that we did an inspection and it wasn't complete? Yeah, not papanga agenda kumulimu. So finally he came back. I told him, if you're coming back, you need to give it time. Tojango papa ante atinonye moroka for 1 hour gende. Now, I'm sure some of you guys are looking at the price tag and thinking, okay, Arthur, why didn't this guy go to the bond? Like, I've been chatting with him on WhatsApp before we met. I told him, with your budget, we should go to the bond. Tayagara Banja. And what's more, the cars that can be bought at that price or extra by like $1 million shillings, Tazagara. Most of you guys, if you have noticed, most of you guys don't like the Vitz, you don't like the Sienta, you don't like the Ractis. Yeah? Now, those are the cheapest cars in the bond. Vitz, Paso, Vitz, Sienta, Ractis. Those are the cheapest cars in the bond. That's why you see everywhere you turn there is a Sienta. Actually, those cars, even if you went with 15 million, they will give you a car and they demand. So those are the cheapest cars in the bond now. But the cheapest will be the Paso, Vitz, and Sienta. Those are very, very cheap. Everywhere you'll find them. Now someone will be asking himself, Ate Raum. Yes, the Raum is also cheap, but the Raum is not everywhere. Yeah, the Raum is not everywhere. Not everyone has a Raum. So those are the cheapest cars in the bond. But you guys don't like them. And after buying that, now I'm seeing them everywhere. Axio. So the Axio has a 1.5 liter engine. 1.5 liter engine. It has a CVT gearbox. Ono yagenze Congo n'agulayo emmoroka yiye ekyali mpya naye ye Congo. Tagenda kweteekera ajja kusasula road toll at least. Naye nga tasasudde musolo gwa kyeyonoonero wano. Hi, how is Russia? So guys, yesterday after the broadcast, I went ahead and ran. I did my 8K, and nabadde nakamali. Let me tell you, it's the greater voices in our definition. Take a picture of you, 3D glasses, make you an invention. Every girl you will rock with me, give me mama side, you will stuck with me. Girl, it's what I feel inside when you're by my side. Bring it to ashes, 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 random. So we ban them down, we ban them down. Nabagamba, teri akutwala, teri akuvimba, teri akusobola. Hey, hey. Mumulabye agenza okuba indicator nga yawesedda. Ate mukazi mukuru kati oyo omubeera naye mu accident aba traffic ne bajja nga bagamba omuntu omukulu tasobola kutomera muvubuka naye ng'omuntu omukulu avuga ebyekisiru ku kkubo. So anyway guys, abakatuuka, good morning. Give me some likes, double tap your screen or find the three dots in the right upper hand corner of your screen. Click the three dots, the like option will appear at the bottom and then just click it. Karim, good morning. Ainemokama Prosper, good morning. Optimize, good morning. Oza Mosantu nkuita kena kuzidonga nziruka na tocha bisobola okaddiye okaddiye tocha inamu ya domusinde yaddira dinaka tono okaddiye. Optimize, I have a friend with a car misfiring or losing power at idle in reverse. Why could this be happening? A lot of things depends also on the model and technology it uses. It could be as simple as bad plugs. It could be as simple as bad coils. It could be as simple as a bad air cleaner. It could be as simple as having a bad fuel pump. Because the reverse gear is one of the powerful gears. Daniel Singoma, hi. Now, Optimize, normally, there are things that you guys should be able to check for yourselves. You should, guys, I've told you time and again, you need to have a spanner 10, 12, 11, 13, 14. Those are the basic spanners. Okay, even 15 or 16 if your car has those. But you should have those basic ones. Mumorokayo. Nzidem. You should even have a Y or a T. Okay? You should have a 10. Actually, even start from 6. Let's get ourselves a 6. And the 8, the 10, the 11, the 12, the 13, the 14, 15. Is a spanner made an azo mumorokayo. Mobiremne kawaya kaliko 10 and 12. Bera mne kawaya ngakaina 10 ne 12. Olumuka jakubako ne 8. Bera mne kawaya yako. Then bomara okubera n'ebyo bintu. Bera mu with a screwdriver and a star. A screwdriver je baita minus. Then have a star as well. Then after you've had those things, iyo aza motasa toka matonda bangakwita ko kumacha nenkubira nengombe. So after you have those things, get a plug spanner, something that removes the plugs. Okay, there are these checks that as car lovers you should be able to do yourself. You should be able to change your own plugs. Okay, you should be able to inspect your own plug coils or plug wires to see if they are okay or not okay. You should be able to inspect them. You should be able to inspect the plugs to see if they are okay or not okay. Okay? Stationary Annie Kensita, stationary. Kagwa Marvin, good morning. Starch events. And so one day we visit Nakauka with the Prius. Nakauka wali yoji. That's the thing. Nze kubo lienvuga. Eri kubo li nakauka na lindisi. Ne kubo lienvuga nze buli kumachana buli loguru linge li nakauka.
attended Duka, and yesterday I was doing service for my car, and I realized my bushes are too good. Sakati mwebagaya avuge moroka nezikubagana muvuga mutya kubanze enziruka oza Monsanto yakimanyi okujanga oza Monsanto moroka ina kuzosigwa agivuga, but if you're the one that drives it chemanyi weekend nkuyise kati sto munundi gumune weekend wedde nakuyitako emirundi ng'ebiri oza Monsanto yanda babwe naye gwe pamaka fana nyimvuga bwe ne bush zange zonna namu shoko zonna namu kono bonna bulamu bolo joints zonna namu teina akuyadda naye najikebedde because service yange moroka bagiwanika wali wenkolera service. The people have told to go do service from there, you know. Bagiwanika noyita wansi nogiraba. Oh, we buy a whole that's not a toolbox. Oh, spanner wembaga bwanku satu. If you calculate 3,000 times how many spanners have I told you, you can eliminate the 11, you can eliminate the 13, you can eliminate the 15, and then you just have 8, 10, 12, 14, 8, 10, 12, 14, and then you buy a Y. Kawai kikainzo kubanga akebei kanusu enkumi nga 5 baka kaga. Kati buno obuna, if you buy them at 3,000, kaya tubale 4,000, that's 24,000 for only the spanners. 24. Now you add like a 8k, that would be 32,000 shillings for the spanners. You're going to buy a plug spanner at 10 or 15. That will make it 45,000. Okay? Then you buy what else? A screwdriver and the star. Those are like 5,500. So you spend about 55,000 for all the tools that you need. Now those tools are the ones that you use to unfasten your battery. Which those are still the tools that if anybody wants to come and check your fuel pump, or if you want to check yourself, you have them. No, hey, my toolbox and number mujimanyi. I'm going to buy a toolbox very soon because we try to call a project kaba mechanic kaba banga ebyuma byange. Kati I'm going to buy a white toolbox, a European toolbox enzungu. Ngechivaho kiragawe kivudde. I'm going to buy it. It's about 600,000 shillings. If you want to buy the extensive one, it's about 1.5. But I'm going to buy one for about 600,000. But I'm going to buy it when we get the next project. We are looking for the project. Land Cruiser. Land Cruiser Prado. If you can get one that has a 3L or 5L engine, it's okay. The engine but with KZ, I'll still be okay. So Danny Nyesingoma, have you understood how much you're going to spend on those tools and how much a full toolbox will cost you? Because a full toolbox will cost you about 1.5. What I'm telling you are the basic tools that you need for everything. If you have those tools, you can literally fix everything on your car. Every first aid you can perform. The others you don't need. The others should be left for mechanics. Good morning, Rwanga Richard. How are you, Henry Modern Juice? Good morning. So guys, we're going to be talking about keeping your car clean. And I'll be ending by telling you what's the most important reason for keeping your car clean. Me, as Arthur, nze moroka. Nongo se moroka. And by cleanliness, I also want to talk about mechanical cleanliness, mechanical hygiene. That's a term that I came up with because I'm sometimes I'm a genius. Like my son says, my youngest son calls me a genius. He says, Daddy, you're a genius. Mwana baina abana ambasabira abana bambayenga babala banga you are genius. Ate nawo inaseba okwepika. Ono okwepika. My Aban was asking the mother certain question and the mother said she does not know that nobody knows everything. I told him, no, me I know everything. I just forget, but I know everything. I told him, your father knows everything. Sometimes he forgets because he has a lot on his mind, but he knows everything. You get umwana utaina kubera nga manyoli muobo nafu inakuba superhero jali okitegeera paka bwali kitegeera niye waga anagenda okukitegeera nga era akuze okitegeera. So anyway, kambaire inspection here. We looked at 2 cars yesterday. Now that one is a UBL, but we also looked at a UBP. We also looked at a together to industrial ndowooza. We also looked at a UBP. Now, the UBP is considerably newer than the UBL. And it should have been newer. I thought it would be newer. The owner of the UBP was saying that So the owner of the UBP was selling 28 ziyabadala mudde naye twagenzo gituukako because the first car, actually this car eno gye twaguze, I did not even think I would go there. We kept calling that person broker away your side ewa bakuli nga ba broker bonna bagambe eteriyo moroka gye mwagala. So let me just give you a background of the kind of person that we were buying the car with. The kind of person we were buying the car with takes a dirty car to be a bad car. For him, it's a bad car. Okay? Kati, but now, this is how this person judges which is a good car, which is a bad car. Okay? So this car, we found it at a washing bay. I think only about day so we found it at a washing bay. Nabali mukujoza. Ade bakava koza engine room. Kati bali mukoze ene walala. We looked at it, and because I thought it was highly priced, I said let's go look at other options. So we went to look at other options, and there were two. There was a UBH, which was also being asked at 25, I think. UBH 25. All of these are Axios. The Allions are not common, I think, because the Allion doesn't look good. The Allion doesn't look good at all. I think it has a big engine, so I think that's why it's unpopular. So there was a UBH, but the owner of the UBH was in office, so we had to wait up to lunch. We did not look at it because the price was unrealistic. 25 million for a UBH, yes. Now the thing is, when I say that the price is a little high, the question is going to be, Arthur, do you have something cheaper? I don't have anything cheaper. That's the thing. But then if someone is giving you a UBL, yeah, in the condition that I saw it in at 26, yeah, why am I buying a UBH at 25? And for me, in my years of doing inspection, one thing I've learned is that every time someone tells you omuntu achali mu office bichi, most of the time emoroke bateriwo aba buying a time kulaba oba ajifuna oba kulaba oba oli ana amconvincing atunde okitegeera oba emoroke ebeera mu garage. Every time we batubuzabuza batyo, so I didn't even give it my attention. So after seeing that UBL gitwasanze yo mu washing bay yennyini eyo, we did not even drive it, but I put the machine nenjira nga it checks out. We drove, and then we went to see the UBP. Kati UBP twagisanze Nakawa, and bifaananyi mpya, but when we reach the car, it's not mpya, it's even an older model. Now the Axio we bought is a 2009 model. 2009 is close to 2000, and some of you guys are still buying 2009 cars from the bond, which gave it a plus. The UBP we were seeing was a 2008, I think, which is an older model. Ojirabye S320 mujirabye kati eyo pure luxury eyo eyireka n'ebinnya tobiwulira mama eyireka n'ebinnya tobiwulira katugigoberere. Mugambe wale chezito wano it doesn't look that appealing, but I know it's comfortable. Most wide cars are comfortable because you end up sitting in the middle of the shocks. You don't sit on the shocks, which is a very good thing. So let's go back to our inspection to Jimareyo to ogereko ku buyonjo, and then afterwards mbasibule. So atwetolole wali nekati ombuta wira binya n'okunywa kwetadde eteeka okuba it drinks like it was sent to drink. So we went to see the UBP electric namu. We reached nga nkadde ng'erabikira ddala, omanye ekintu ekirabikira ddala nti kikadde, kambeetolozeeko ku nnasa mwe mmanyi kye mulimpa. So We looked at the UBP. The interior was dirtier. The body was bad. No alloy rims. Ne wansinga nkurubule nnyo. Okitegeera kweka emoroka. The car we bought, it seems to have been very well kept. Kireka zine emoroka z'abantu abagula abagagga abo. That it seems like it's one of those cars. Unaenda ne parking eyiye munde eyo. Yeah, so what did I want to buy? Chenera bidde chitaina ku office. I think I'll remember chikulencha. So we looked at the UBP ngateita kono dala, even the engine was bad. You'll be surprised. And those things happen when you're inspecting cars. Katolina agane baliseka UBP ni batwala eri moroka enkadde namu. And the thing that happens is that engine health gets worse. It doesn't get better. Emoroka eyo giraba bwe ne engine nga ngandwadde eyongera bongeze kulwala tedda tesobola kudda bupya ne bono jiwamu oil yenkana atya ne bono ojozaamu tesobola kudda bupya. So we went back to drive in that because nze endaje abadde bangamba yabadde UBH and the other cars were more expensive. Now the question is going to be, Arthur, how much is that car in the bond, the Axio? The Axio in the bond is between 36, I think 35 to about 45, depending on where you're buying or who is selling the car. So it's not a cheap car, which obomanya. The Axio is not a cheap car. And yes, I did tell the gentleman I would advise you to go to the bond to where you send us a face a million nabidi mwetano babidi mwomukaga batubanja na itojja kwagala banja, because he made it clear from the beginning he does not want to have credit. But nze nga nyina million zanga 26 nga moroka je njagala ebuzake million nga 10 ogifuna nina nenjifuna kati ate abasatu mwetano be batabanja, because if you did not know mu bond eyo wali abantu abatunda emmoroka nga bo tebabanja katuyitana na kasero nga bo tebabanja bwagame emmoroka ya 32 ayagala 32 ze mwawukane nga babigo ngera the moment your car gets out of their gate nebwe kuba engine tomunyega. That's the difference. So for them they import like that. Za importing ati ziliko guarantee, tebamuwa guarantee jajijja netagenda kuwa guarantee okitegeera. So there are those people kati babatunda asatu mwetana asatu mokaga Axio. Now the Axio in other places eri mu million ana mu 2 awe wacho okitegeera, depending on what model of course you're buying. So we drove that car nga temuli mu kyakola yadde ne wansi wonna nga namunga nyonjo, it's as clean as you see it there okitegeera. And when after driving the car tukomyewo, then the gentleman asked me ila twagize ntujanga washing benga bakyajoza nga tabana baragimaliriza. So the gentleman asked me, kakati Arthur, do you think it's a good buy? And I told him, for me, I would tell you the best option is for us to go to the bond. Zimane myonzanga 26 nyongera kaka sente nengula VTs. Nze seronda mu moroka. But I know you don't like the Vitz, you don't like the Sienta, okitegeera, you don't like the Ractis, and those are the cars that oyongera kaka sente katono nyo nojifuna novayonga tebakubanja na ito zaagala. The other cars that you would like bagenda sigala bakubanja nnyo ate toyagala banja. So I said at this moment kyekentera ogamba abantu, context is very important. In the context that we are in, in the context that we are in, this is the best option at this moment okitegeera. So that's how we bought that car. So we were still in the washing bay, we left it there netugende w'omwami oyo netujjayo sente netujja netusasula emmoroka, and just like that kati yechoronga yavudde ku border. So let's talk about cleanliness, guys. You know, when you clean your car, there are short-term and long-term benefits. I mean, Jonathan Semuankari yegere amasuru high. George Senkubuge je tutundemu ye old taxi park. Je tutundemu ye old taxi park for the people that did not know. I'm sure some of you guys don't. Wawe abana abamu nga bakula tebalinya taxi kati nga paka tebamanjeziri. abataddamanyi kino ekizimbe kye bayita Yamaha Center. Nze nja balambuza ekibuga. At least the little I know about the city. Nja balambuza. There are buildings that I'm also seeing for the very first time. And then oyinza okuba si Yamaha Center eno. Nnyo abantu b'ebizimbe nabo tebawandiikako. Yamaha Center yeri eri mu Nsonda. Yeeyo kyekimu. It's all Yamaha Center. And I think the reason it was called Yamaha Center is because there was a big Yamaha shop here. They used to generators and motorcycles made by Yamaha. And the shop was called Yamaha Center. So I'm thinking that's why the building started being called Yamaha Center. And then, for the people that don't know Mutasa Kafero, akakazimba ketutunde them that's Mutasa Kafero. And then the one ekira sebye bika wansi simanyi zinange manyi Mutasa Kafero yokka. I'm sure there are so many people like me. Nga ebizimbe byokka byali ayingiddemu byamanyi. Kino kiraba n'akapande kaako Mutasa Kafero. Some of you muina amaalo g'ekibuga ng'ekibuga temukimanyiddeeko ddala. Kati ye wansi ye wali Gazalandi simanya Galilaya simanya ani okitegeera. Nze nja balambuza ekibuga mu mmanyi kye mulimpa. Katuyite wano tuleme kudda eri waggulu kwetooloola. And then kino ekizimbe kye bayita New Then nyumba kubwa ili eri maso jirengera nyumba kubwa. That building there where we are headed is called nyumba kubwa. Nange bizimbe ndebimungi gabige. Kati line kubwa lye tuliko balina bwe baliyita batya line kubwa. This road, let me see. Wilson Road. This is Wilson Road. Okuva eri paka ali mu junction Wilson Road. Then ate bw'otuuka okwamuka eri waggulu gye bayita Johnson Street. Johnson Street. Then okuva ate okukira wali esigala Johnson Street, then wali n'ogatta William, n'ogatta kayaka kuba kayita atya Bombo Road, tiba Bombo Road. Esigala William, I think. So guys, let's talk about being clean. Let's talk about having a clean car or cleaning your car. There are so many places that I went to inspect a car and I thought it was a good car and it was worth the money. Na ye nga buyer nagana okujigula wachi nga buyer, for the buyer the car is dirty, and for the buyer a dirty car means a bad car. I don't know if you guys get what I'm saying. Nange nga Arthur omuntu ngemotoka tagikuuma nga nnyonjo nanga maramu kumanyi, because omuntu, if you cannot wash your car, what can you do for the car? A person that cannot wash the car just will not put the resources aside to maintain the car mechanically. It's just something that comes into our brain and tells us that. It's just something that comes into our brains and tells us that. Omwana watermelon ennaku zino uno wali aganda bange nze nako embeera embi kandika watermelon kasita ka lukumi ekijja kijje. Why? Mpa ku kibala ky'abagagga. Wangi baba. Sale bubiri Ninaye yangwa. Mpera ddala obupya kakabaddewo kotokampa. Mpera obupya paddala obupya bubiri. Waliwo yaŋŋamba mbu n'ensigo zimpeeremu. Mw'ensigo zikola ekyama. Watermelon bansalira yange eri fresh. A clean car, guys, I'm going to just talk about the advantages of having a clean car. Basically, it's high. Mr. Arthur, otadde mu situation I feel like I'm in Kampala. I used to kujiriva around Arua Plaza, anti emikolo. Ate kati waliwo hub ya events eno wansi eno starch. Wano wali ekizimbe kyo kimanyi bakiyita batya? Waliwo bakiyita ekizimbe. Bwe nali nga sinagula mataala ga stage nga wengina nenga pangisa. The topic today is a clean car. Guys, having a clean car has both short-term and long-term benefits, yeah? And the short-term benefits are as simple as having a better appearance. It's, you know, improved comfort. A car that smells good, like the gentleman go talk. This is the second time he's sitting in the car, and when he sat in the car even today, he also and I told him, keep your car clean, but also keep your AC running. I've told you guys time and again, the moroka yange nebwe parking nga kyekimu kubyanguza hybrid
era nkudizanga customer.
Amina neyanziza nabagamba nze one of the reasons why I bought a hybrid is that even when I park, I don't want to turn off my engine, especially if I'm in a place like this that has a lot of dust. So I keep my engine running. Right? That's one of the things that will keep your car clean and smelling good and fresh. And a clean car will give you comfort. Nze bwentula mu moroka gye nayozezza ekiro, engeri gye mba mpulira musije mpulira nga ntudde mu moroka gye saayozezza kiro. Okitegeera. And then of course there is also enhanced safety. Those are short-term benefits kati ze tuliko. Enhanced safety, nti endabirwamu ziba clean oba olengera gy'olaga and stuff like that. A healthier environment. You guys have mbadde naakawulira nti waliwo mold poisoning. Nti abantu babeera ne mold mu bifo mwe bawangaalira lwala n'abeera nga alina fatigue omutwe gumuluma naye nga mold yemulwaza. So if you clean your car, it's be a healthier environment. And then of course a positive impression. You want your people to abantu bo associating nabo balabe moroka yo nga nabo banyumirwa. Okitegeera nga nabo banyumirwa. Nabo balabe moroka yo nga banyumirwa. Moroka atebeera nnyonjo, asa muyonjo. Emoroka enyuma okutuulamu. Okitegeera, if you do a business where sometimes you have to move with your customers nga athabwale babe nga banyumirwa okutuula mu moroka yo. Okitegeera, it's a very good thing. It's a very good thing. So anyway, those are short-term benefits. Now someone look at the short-term benefits agambe atanze ebyo tebindya naawe. Yes, maybe tebikulia, but let's look at the long-term benefits. Look at the people that have kept washing their car, keeping them clean inside out. Look at those cars 5 years in as they drive them, 2 years in. These are cars that have kept their value. Emoroka enyonje ekuma value. That's why you find that people that bought their Spacios at 18 million 5 years ago are selling their cars 20 million today. Because he bought his Spacio at 18 million and cleaned the car, kept it clean. So as of now, when you compare the clean Spacio to the Spacios that are not clean, nga Spacio etali nyonjo ya 15, eno enyonjo nga yabiri, newesanga nga ato inagula ine yabiri, because it is clean. I don't know if you guys get what I'm saying. So it's important. But then also, cleaning your car keeps protects your body, protects the body of your car, protects the body of your car. If you do not clean the car, obuyinja obwo ettaka eryo enfuufu yennyini nyini ekulubula langi. Look at the people that keep their cars clean. Every time you have found someone that kept their car clean, the body of their car looked good. Why? Because tekulubulwa ttaka. Okitegeera. That's a long-term benefit, because then you don't have to spray your car all the time. You don't have to spray your car. Togenda kusprayinga moroka byakyeyo noonero. Okitegeera. And then of course when you clean your car, you save yourself from expensive repairs. I'll give you an example. If you wash your car every day and your car gets a tiny scratch, you see it when it's still tiny. When it's like, let's talk about a window that gets a crack and it gets a tiny crack. You will see the crack before it's too much, and then you can repair it. Wabula senga obadde oluddewo, you'd end up buying a new windscreen. Naye bw'okiraba ng'obudde bukyali, ezo crack bazibikka. That's the only way you can have it fixed. And then of course, if you have a clean car, kibanga kubeera n'omuntu gw'okolagana naye nga ali pure, obanga ebintu byakola bikusanyusa. You have a stronger emotional connection and you want to have that. But better than anything, cleaning your car every day is going to make it needed mukatali bonoto kugitunda. Teri muntu ayagala gula moroka etali clean. Have you looked at a car ngekiwempe kya once chili almost as the original nga kiyonjo nnyo? You would definitely want to buy that car. Ne moroka bwebera nga nchafu, and I'm sure some of you guys keep telling me Arthur ze moroka yange sagula ya kutunda nagula ya kwevuga. You're going to sell. Everyone sells. Everyone, when we parking the room sajja avuga TX yagigula million 12 wa 10 it's not a Ronaldo, it's the next model. So yagigula million nga 10 nga nkaga. Mugagga, a few months ago, before he brought the Land Cruiser, yali avuga Alphard. Bwe yali atunda Alphard yagitunda million 12 bangambire eyo. Oli agenda okunga nti mzee atunda Alphard ye ngaba maze no gisasula mugalo lwaki tewanga ngo obudde bukyali, because yagitunda million 12. The same Alphard ye yatunda million 12 ze mugule million 18 kati ekyaje mutunze 12 because abagaggo bamanyi njivuzeemu ebbanga dala kabagule kabatwali okitegeera. But oyo mugagga naye no Land Cruiser gyayina, he already knows he will sell. Era agamba Land Cruiser yange eyo giraba nkimanyi bwe ngenda wali ku Pine balwana bulwanyi 12 akimanyi aba akola loss. Naye loss eyo somehow akimanyi people are going to be fighting because his car is clean. Guys, keep your cars clean. I'm making a reference because the guy go twaguze naye moroka yesterday aine moroka ziyagoba nga zali namu nenga zali nchafu. Now I'm sure some of you guys are going to say ata sijja kutunanja jevuga paka nange bwe nayogera almost every car. That's why in the sense ba ku moroka chubura banga bujanga ompa sentence nga nvamu nga nkuwe moroka nga neyongerayo na nginda ngulenda ate bajinsi bako okitegeera. I'm inspired to keep my visitor salon clean because I use it for shuffle and special. Kati gwa at least ojikozesa for business. But even those that don't use it for business, they should keep their cars clean. Inze batabani bange kumachanga tuve wakati batula mmoroka eddugala. Ate okumanyanga I'm very particular. Bajira mu sandals ne bazireke ebweru emmoroka ne bayingire emmoroka ne mabayire engattu zabwe emmoroka. Their shoes are ever clean. Because ayoze engata ino okuzoza engato ne wansi na akuutayo. So my car every morning is clean because abasoso kugituulamu. Wanewange okawe nenya we baba wadugala because daddy afulumana nga ayambadde engatto ze n'atambula ne yeetooloola ewakawe okakasa nti alise wali safe. Kati wange wentula okawe wabeere ku kiwempe kyukyuke kibaako ettaka. Ebiwempe birala byonna emmoroka ebanga etannatambulako. So I personally strive to keep my cars clean. Ne stareti yennyini lwakuba nti tewali yagivuzeemu. Omuntu anaagitulamu ajjagiraba. No, but you guys are going to see the video on Monday. It's super clean. Why? Because a clean car gives you clean vibes. Clean vibes make your brain work better. So guys, clean your cars. Kamba siule. Ronald M. Kasendo, hi. Okia Juma, hi. Ngamba. Those are 10 extra minutes. 10 extra minutes. So guys, what inspires you to keep your car clean? What keeps your car clean? I find that a clean car is comfortable. A clean car, I can be eating something, and also a clean car. If you see cockroaches in your car, it means you have a dirty car. You should vacuum it. You should Abu Beka Mayombe, how are you? Mukisa Pasco, Arthur, I agree with you because I have an old RAV4 manual, but people want to give me 10 million, but I use it for my engineering works. Exactly, Pasco. Every time your car is clean, people are going to fight to want to buy it. What our brain tells us is, if this person cannot clean their car, what guarantee do I have that he can wash, he can maintain it? Exactly, Brian Emma VIP, good morning. Obulanyo. What did I want to do here? Obulanyo Brian. Kagwa Marvin, hi. I'm inspired to keep my bits. Exactly, David Sembatia, hi. Guys, wash your cars. So it's easier for me to keep it clean. I deep clean it at least once a week. Now, the other days, I don't actually have to deep clean it because it's deep cleaned. I normally deep clean on Sunday, vacuum, bichi. The other thing that I'd like to tell you guys, change your air cleaners as much as possible. Why? Because if you change your air cleaners regularly, then that will mean that your engine is also clean. Nze emoroka yange. My car went take air cleaner. Needs a balagantia. I want to show you an example. I change my air cleaner every month. The air cleaner of the engine. So my car, the place wagenda air cleaner, irimu engine, in a partition bidi. On one and even the air cleaner I buy. The air cleaner I buy also has two partitions. One partition is the actual air cleaner. The other partition is a rubber. So I put the air cleaner here and the rubber like a seal. So this side, there is nothing. The air comes into the air intake through here. The air is filtered by the air cleaner, okay? And then the air goes to here. Now, how I know that changing your air cleaner regularly is a very good thing is because for me, this side that has no air cleaner is spotless. Tedi ya daka fofu. Yade. Atenga avuga nye fofu. Ochitegere. So, I change my air cleaners. Of course, nze kati air cleaner nyengule za raisi ngamo. The air cleaner nzigula mu wholesale. So I buy air cleaners in Moroka. When soko kutuma sekata abamuguza air cleaner emwe mitwalo mukaga. Ne mugambo manchi oba okola. Bakubbi chukiriza. But one thing you should do, namugamba, you take back that air cleaner. Bagambe eganyo kola. Ubagambe bakudize ye mitwalo ena. So they gave him back 40,000. Nabadiza air cleaner yawe. Then at that time yeji yagenda okugulira air cleaner bazimuguze mitwalo ebiri. So nagula air cleaner emu ebiri naji nkubako. Ojitegera. So kati what I did, I went to the same place je bamuguze ebiri. Nze nengula air cleaner 5 ku mutwalo je mitwalo emeka 5. Kitegeza for the next 5 months I'm covered with air cleaners. I do the same with the cabin air filters. I change as regularly as I can. Kati wendaba ngansigaza oka air cleaner nga 2 na nzirayo ngangula yenda meka nga 5. Why? Because I don't want to ever look at my engine being dirty because I put in dirty air. The other thing I do as regular as possible, because is to service your car on the regular. Yesterday, service yang yada is kilometer chikumi. Ningina ne bajikora. And I use synthetic oil. So yesterday it cost me 230,000 to service this car. It takes 3.7 liters of oil. And I use 5W40. I used 5W30 last time, but 5W30 is fake monji. There is a lot of duplicate 5W30 oil. So 5W40 is what I know that I can get guaranteed quality. So and then I changed the air cleaner. We checked the brakes and all those things. But service your car regularly. Wash your car as regularly as possible. If you can't buy the machines that can help you wash it, what should we do for those abagala lift? Should we tell them to remove their shoes? The cigaba lift. Guys, me, one reason I don't give lifts, I've had a lot of horror stories with giving lifts. One thing that should inspire you to not give anyone lifts is this. If you give someone a lift, let's imagine you give Arthur's wife a lift and you get a problem on the road, and probably Arthur's wife gets a problem, gets an injury. When Arthur comes to talk to you, he will ask you if he asked you to take his wife. Tell him, if you give someone a lift and you guys get a problem, when you guys get a problem, even the people you gave the lift will expect you to take care of their medical bills. So, if they were in a taxi, they will not expect the taxi guy to take care of their bills. That's the difference. That is, I don't give lifts. I don't. I'm protecting myself. There are some things that start as a joke. Maybe they are simple, but they are never actually simple. nti ekizibu kiyinza okujja ne kikusalako nokakalisenga samuwa lift ate avoid giving school kids lifts. School kids are the biggest problem. You see, sometimes some years ago people would say you tried to rape a girl. These days, even if it's a boy, they will say you tried to rape the boy. Ochitegera. You service for 2 months. Me, I do keep distance. Me, I did 10K in 2 months. That's like a record. Like I think Rokoto have gone to Genda Keka eri muchira hivi. Wakati covering out ndaba to covering out kilometer ngabi satu neiba abantu ntambula. I think Morocco ikola na inspections and all. So guys, me, I don't give lift because I'm trying to avoid problems. Ochegere, sometimes people don't know that, hey, Kevin, you're lost. How are you? Some people don't know that you're helping them. They think they are helping you. Oyinza n'okuyimiza Morocco kugaba lift omunaga kale kamuyambe ngende naye. Ayinza oba yebowa. So they are giving a service to you. So you need to me, I don't give lifts. I don't. One, lifts are very inconveniencing. Let me just imagine you're seated with your partner, boyfriend or girlfriend or husband or wife, and you're going to town. You meet someone and you give them a lift. Just there and then your conversations change. Byembadde mwagala okwogera kuba byembadde mwogera kuba bino okuchuka. Osegira kyemmanyira mwabagaba lift musiriikira na mukonga munonya kati kikyemuzzaako ne mutandika okwogera ebifulo oli comfortable. And me, I don't want that. Life, we bought a car for us to make ourselves comfortable. I think it's the same thing with hosting people in your home. When you host people in your home, when you host people in your home, all of a sudden, now you're trying to be as polite. We were talking about getting a maid. We changed the maid. We changed the maid. And there were several maids that were recommended to us. But the stories I've had of people that brought maids that had children, nti maid abali awo ng'atandika omutima gunnuma, omwana wange mulete, oboli awo ng'alwala, anti bwe ndwala n'omwana wange alwala. They make it so unbearable for them to be in your home without bringing their children. Remember, you also have children. Now, I'm not saying bringing their children is a bad thing, but the one thing I've realized about people that come to your home, ngasiba awaka, all of a sudden, you start trying to be too nice to that person so that they don't feel out of place. Kati, oro, we were talking about Kati Otanko Aban, be nice to that child. Aban, be Ostegere, Mutanko Kuberanga, now you have to be extra careful with that child because Temwagara to be misunderstood. It's the same thing that happens in the lift. When you give someone a lift, all of a sudden you have to be nicer to them, otherwise they're going to take it badly. Okitegeera nze abantu benkola na bomba wa lift kuba abantu benkola na bomba wa mateeke Moroka yange bo bantegeera, but abantu bo ku kyalo ba neighbor abantu abali mu vicinity wokolera aba abantu, then you have to be, I think, extra careful, which is not a very good thing. Okitegeera Proma Creations. What about giving gifts to workmates staying in the same area? The people you work with, you can, but also don't overdo it. Some people overstep. Umara amvuga speed, papa, but I'm happy to be here, though I'm late. Amina, kasosigalango chatambula. We even can't play the music you want. Exactly. Ate abantu abambe mu lift bayina olugezigezi. Nze sigaba lift munansonyiwa. Abantu benkola nabo ntambula nabo. Why do I move? I give lift to the people I work with because as we move, we talk about work. Kakati kaitu kakozeta. But abantu bokusha tugenda nyumya kye ekitugatta. Okitegeera munayinza sigaba lift ate si mutima mubi. Nange sisaba lift. I remember emoka yange bateriwo. I go and either borrow a car or I hire a car or I take a taxi. Ate taxi okumanya mmenya ne taxi katifenge waffe. You have to be extra nice to Salongo. Otegira asobora okunonewo akuze kati kyecyanguza n'akagaali wadde kannema okuvuga. Guys, thank you very much for being part of this broadcast. I don't take you for granted. Sibate abali mu Kamoli, I don't take you for granted. Yadde n'akatono mbasiima abandetire emirimu gya inspection. Thank you very much, the guys that recommend me. I have 2 services. Pre-purchase inspection is for before you buy a car. Pre-sale inspection is for before you sell the car. Pre-sale inspection is only 250,000 shillings. You bring the car to me. I inspect it, prepare an inspection report. I will publish it both on the website of the Love of Cars magazine. I'll publish it on YouTube as a post. I also publish it on TikTok. I'll also keep talking about it until they take it. And trust me, if it's priced fairly, your car is going to be sold within a very short period of time. Then pre-purchase inspection, if you're going to buy a car, I charge only 450,000 shillings. I come with a mechanic, and together we make sure that you get a good car for your money. That money covers a full day of inspection in the Kampala Central Business District. Computerized check, engine checks, gearbox checks, chassis checks, and aesthetics, and also paperwork. Your job is to simply say, I like it or I don't like it. And then I always recommend you guys get your options of cars to Zirabe. Zetubakutandikirako kebera binyumira nnyo bwofuna options ez'emmoroka ne tulonda ku ezo ne tweyongerayo. Mbyagala nnyo. Okitegeera. And also guys, if you call me on my phone, I start by charging a 50,000 consultation fee. It's also part of the inspection fee. So if you pay 50,000 as we start to chat, and eventually decide you want me to inspect for you, you just pay the balance of 400,000. That's how I work. It's not bad manners. Some of you guys, the people that have followed me for a very long time find that the 50,000 on the phone is actually worth it. There are people that have paid it even more than once. Because Yamani, there is value for that. I sell tracking devices as well, guys. 450,000 for one that is voice activated. You can call it and listen to the people in the car. And then 350,000 for one that is not voice activated. You can still do everything else to track your car, but you just can't call it. Arthur, Ochimanyi nagaba call lift on Friday evening. It's raining. Wama vibe was high in the Subaru. Nganine chinyanya. Umwana nangama mbiwogana nabijjako. Kasito kirabye. Otwalako omuntu atina kuwera amateeka mu mmotoka nze kati mbaleka ne balinnya taxi yaabwe. Bwe osala wonte weetaaga mmotoka tojja jigula oba n'ontukiza togisobola. Tambulira w'osobola. Nange envuga ka vitizi ka enkuba kensobola nandi agadde okuvuga Land Cruiser. Naye ka vitizi kenkola ki? Kensobola kati buli omu atambulire w'asobola. Guys, mwebale nnyo kubeera ku broadcast y'olwaleero muyombi ya Mark Motion by Benji Paul Sema VIP. Bara mulyebuzi. Luidika Isaac Nuwaha Norman Katamba Isaac Katende Kambes ye VIP Doktari Sechitoriko Norman Lawrence Omule Starch Events The Direct Shot Oza Mosantu Optimize Aine Mukama Prosper Karim Dani Nyesingoma Kagwa Marvin Kensita Stationery Henry Modern Juice Dani Nyesingoma Nakumaze Richard Wanga George Bob George Senkubuge K Jovan Kariegire Amos Luke Jonathan Semuwanga Karim Chikawa Ricky Basic Chris, Martin Arthur, Julia Sengoba, Okia James, Ronald M. Kasendo VIP, Okia Juma, Balvids, Mokisa Pasco, Abubeka Mayombwe, Kagwa Marvin, David Sembatia, Brian Emma VIP, Martin Arthur Nkumaze, Nancy Teddy. I thought Alphard's are 35 million plus. No, it depends on how new it is, how new you want it. Or say I'm talking about an Alphard that has been used for like a couple of years. No, I always want to put on the seat belt, but some cars make you look like it. What should we do for those Abagala lift? Okay, Nkumazigwe, Proma Creations, Ainaite Kevin, Wemba Roger, and Chairman Zach, Chairman Wabo Mukamori. Bana mukama abampero mukisa guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Ibizo binabe mbadenzi yangano okudamu tomorrow. I'll have no reason to say no. And check question Friday. Tomorrow we'll also be having a chimeza chemoroka. May the good Lord bless you. Ciao.